Hello.
Hey, Jagat.
Hi.
Good morning. How you feeling?
Little better. Not
Uh,
great. I'm
I think
surprised my throat's recovered so much.
yes. So I think Jagat, you have been doing a lot of interesting and important work with your the virtual office and Vmail, so many things. Hi, Ashish.
Yeah,
Good
hi.
morning,
Good morning. How are
Ashish.
you?
Yeah, I'm good. Ashish, your face is now it's better. Yes. Just keep the camera still.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This is good. This is good.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ashish, you can say hi to Jagat. Jagat is a founder, by the way, of Vidphone, and
Hi,
he's
Jagat.
Hi, Ashish. Very good morning. Thank you for joining in.
yes. So it
Good
is
Sorry, I
lovely
morning.
have
that.
a bit of a bad throat from yesterday, so pardon my voice. Sound a little better than this.
So Ashish,
Yeah.
the way it goes is that it is 40%. Like supposing there are two or three founders, Jagat is also kind of co-host, so he takes a slightly backseat, and the spotlight will always be on the other co-founders. And today, because he's got a bad throat, we got to put more pressure onto you. Huh?
No, no, I'm in. I'm in, yeah.
Yeah,
All
you're
good.
okay, right? Okay. No, we should be careful. Yeah. So great. Guys, while Kamran joins us, I should just say hello to the audience as well. A very good day. This is Vijetha here. I'm from Thai Bangalore, and this is the 50th episode, by the way, of Startup Sunday, Jagat. So that's a really amazing thing we have done. Ashish, just to give you a background, you have joined the WhatsApp group, you have joined the Founders Suite community, and we know each other because of another wonderful person called Rohit. He's the incubator in the folks, and we have been doing this League of Extraordinary Startups where it's a more on a one-on-one conversation, more in depth. We have been doing Vidphone show where we talk about various video-related sales tools, opportunities where people can use. How can you do remote sales, Ashish? Okay. And the other thing that we have been doing is we have been also creating a lot of resources for founders. Again, it's all focused on entrepreneurs, founders, and business owners, on conflict resolution, on sales, on legal, marketing, and whatever. So like a lot of showcases are going on. So definitely looking forward to doing more work. And guys, it's let's kickstart. Kamran, good afternoon, good morning,
Good
Kamran.
morning. I'm
Haji,
audible.
you're audible. You're absolutely audible, Kamran. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so just adjust your cameras and let's kickstart. Okay, 11:33. Very good morning, everyone. This is Vijetha here from Thai Bangalore. Welcome to episode 15 of Startup Sunday. This is the informal boardroom where we'll be talking to some really awesome, kick-ass, fantastic founders, where they will be sharing about their startup. Obviously, they will be putting in a slide, and more critically, because this is also about sharing resources, sharing about our problems, so that can something be done to help the founders to grow and grow even more, even from the government of India, whether it's the government of Karnataka and so many other institutes, whether it's NASCOM, Thai Bangalore, Zino, so many people, your story, we should all raise a toast to these wonderful folks and to Jagat for giving us this platform. So Vidphone has been hosting this. This is episode 15. We have done 32 episodes of Startup Sunday. So I'm just warming this up so that we can very quickly kickstart. The house rules for Kamran, Jagat, and Ashish as well, and for me as well, is we keep it crisp, we keep it bullet pointed. We give each other opportunity to showcase what is the best and most happening in terms of growth, sales, innovation, and the two specific problems that you are facing in your startup, in your organization, as you're looking to grow, and see what we can do to help each other out of that. So, without further ado, I would like to start with Ashish. Ashish, thank you for joining in.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. And also we have Akhil with us, who's the CTO also of Vidphone. So how do you want to do this, Ashish? You want to introduce yourself, talk about what you do. You can also play your presentation. I mean, you can do screen shares. How do you like to take it? Let's do it quickly now.
Yeah, I'll just say a couple of sentences and then I'll request Akhil to play the video from the link I've posted. Huh?
Okay, great.
Thanks also. So at Jeevtronics, we have developed the world's first hand crank defibrillator that works with electricity, and when electricity is not there, such as in rural India, rural Africa, it has a built-in generator. You can crank it up, and within few seconds, precisely 5 to 10 seconds, you can save a life. So that's what we have developed. We are present in several states in India and also in a couple of countries in Africa. And now this year we are trying to scale up. and go reach as many countries across the developing world as possible.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ashish. And
Thank you.
Ashish, as the video is about to be played, how's business been for you? Everything is going well? How are things out in that front?
Okay, so COVID was definitely a testing period for us. Our supply chains got all disrupted, both local and global, and there were obviously challenges on the working capital front and all kinds of fronts. But we recovered well. So IKP Knowledge Park helped us with a small loan. The Department of Science and Technology helped us, and so help kept pouring in. And in fact, because the government wanted us to be ready to face even a bigger scale pandemic, we increased our manufacturing capacity. And this month we could probably test our production line to deliver about 200 units per month. I don't claim to have working capital to buy that much inventory, okay? And neither do have this. I have the sales force muscle or the distribution muscle to sell those many per month. But at least theoretically, my production line is in place, and we can do 200 per month.
Okay, awesome. So that's the thing, Ashish, right? You're also going to be sharing with us the two specific challenges that you're facing, distribution, other things, with your
Yeah,
startup, right?
that's right.
Fantastic. So, Akhil, if you're ready to play the video, great. Otherwise, in the interest
I'll
of
just,
time,
I have the video here. I'll just be playing it here.
oh, you're playing it. You're playing it. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Jagat. Okay, sorry, you may put a message also that you'll be playing it. My bad.
No way. Okay, is the screen visible?
Yes, screen is very much visible. You can put it on.
Fantastic. It's really good. For the benefit of the audience, Vijetha, I just wanted to check. I'll play it one more time if you want. Should I?
Three
I
videos.
know.
Same
We
day.
could hear, we could see it, and we could hear it.
Hello.
That's having the YouTube going berserk.
Yeah. YouTube's going berserk. What we can do is, Jagat, we can replay it, but little bit later in the day, so that I can give Kamran and you to talk, and then okay. And Ashish, will be coming back to you. Be ready with your the 2 pointers of challenges you're facing. All right. Thanks, Ashish. And guys, it's really nice to know that you've been doing a lot of good quality work. Ashish, you're working with the government, and that's the way forward. Okay, perfect. So, are you bootstrapped? Have you raised funding, or what is your story, Ashish? Very quickly. We can't hear you, Ashish.
Can you repeat that, please?
I said, are you bootstrapped or are you funded?
Can you please?
Ashish, are you bootstrapped
Oh,
or have you
presently.
have you raised funding or you're bootstrapped?
You can say we are bootstrapped, but we have some loan and we have raised money through grants. Okay, so through grants and loans, we have
Okay, I got it.
working so far.
I will specifically ask you about the grants part of it later during our conversation. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay, and now I would love to go to Kamran. Kamran, would you like to start?
Happy to. Yeah, happy to
Yeah,
talk.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Kamran.
Yeah. I'm the co-founder of HeAl Healthcare. This what does this company do is that we are building a chain of local doctor and the pharmacy store.
Okay.
Through this, what we are doing is we are solving the problem of pricing, the high price what we are facing. Like if you visit Max or any big hospital, you will get a for general physician. They will charge you 1,500 to 2,000, but the local doctor they will charge you around 700 to 1,000. So what we are doing is we are distributing the resources that patient can come to the local doctor, and they can also uh, visit there. Why patient don't visit there is the one of the major issues, because there is a trust issues among the patient that doctor kya karega, why, what will they do, and how will they treat better. So they visit max middle class family and upper middle class family. Low class family, they visit AIMS or any other hospital. But for the middle and the upper middle class, they visit max. So what we are trying to do is we are branding the local doctors for distribution of resources, that from the max they can come here, and the pricing issue will be somewhat sorted. Then you can get in 700, you can get the appointment, or 1000 you can get the appointment. This we are doing for the doctors. And for the pharmacy, what we are doing is that netmates pharmacy, what they are doing is that they are uh, giving the patient medicine from their distribution in 2 days 3 days. But what we are trying to do is provide the medicine in 15 to 45 minutes from their local areas. Like we are connecting 2 to 3 local pharmacy in one particular area, and we are trying to distribute from there to that patient when they need it. Take an example, when you do telemedicine or when you do anything, you connect with the doctor, there is 1 hour gap. You take medicine, you have a conversation with any doctor of your choice, then there is a 1 hour you will go to the medical store. So what we, in that particular time, we are trying to give the medicine, deliver the medicine to the patient. And third important thing what we are trying to do is the NCD part. The NCD is very important. 57% people die due to NCD. NCD means heart disease, cancer. So we are trying to provide pan India in 100 hour, the NCD disease medicine in 100 hour. This is our aim, and we are trying to build this.
Okay, fantastic, Kamran. So, Kamran, I'll just ask you a very quick question so that people know more about you. How big is your team?
It is 8 to 10 people, core
8 to 10.
member.
Okay, fantastic. And where are you operating out of? Which part of the country?
Currently in Delhi, I'm operating.
Okay, and you're only in Delhi, or do you have your team anywhere else?
No, no. We have started from Delhi. Due to COVID, we had 8 to 9 hour wastage of time.
Okay, okay, all right, good. So fantastic. And bootstrapped or funded
Yeah,
or
it is bootstrap. We are supported from Atal Incubation Center, that is supported by Niti Aayog, and but
okay,
we haven't got any funding. Bootstrapped still.
bootstrap. Okay, brilliant. That's what I want to kind of make sure here, that there are alternate sources of funding, grants, etc. Of course, Jagat's story is different, and now we'll very quickly move to him. Jagat, would you like to share more about Vidphone and how is it going with you?
Yeah, thank you. As I said, welcome everybody. Thanks for taking the time today. Vidphone, as you know, we've been running this Startup Sunday thanks with Vijetha's help. It's wonderful to have so many founders. Again, Kamran and Kamran and Ashish today who have joined us. Vidphone, very specifically, we are what we call the future of work. And when you look at our platform today, it's not only about conferencing or webinars. This is really how we envision knowledge workers of the future will be spending a lot of their time on our platform with a brand new release of the flow plan, which is basically like how you check into your office every day. You check into Vidphone and you talk to your people, talk to your colleagues, talk to your business, related conversations. So that's what Vidphone is. Vidphone is what we call the future of work. And just I'll share a couple of slides to keep the context.
Yeah, please, please. It's very important to share the slides.
Sorry, I have a ton of slides. Yeah. Right. So is my screen visible? Vijetha? All good?
Yeah.
Yeah. The viewers may kindly, just click on my screen to see it. In case it's a small video anyway. Just click on it. So, Vidphone, we call ourselves the virtual office for remote work. And this is what we are, very high level. We are offering a full-fledged, video-enabled platform for knowledge professionals and organizations going forward. Some of the key features that Vidphone have, I request everyone watching to kind of try out our features as well. We have what we call the virtual HQ, which is the virtual office, which we call the future of work. That's where people will be spending a lot of their time. Video meetings, like you see webinars here. Vmail, which is the first in class video messaging service in the world. And also, we have a lot of integrations for sales, support, and marketing. Some of the community initiatives which I want to emphasize on, though we're a very small company, we're a startup in India, our focus is always towards empowering the community. So we've had over 30 episodes of LXS with Vijetha, Startup Sunday. We'll be having a lot more of the Vidphone show, a lot more knowledge sessions to benefit everybody in the community. So that's very quickly. I can share the challenges later if they've not yet started that. So that's a
No,
very
that's
quick.
fine, Jagat. You start, give the context, share your challenges,
Yeah.
and and you also put it on the Zoom chat. Please go ahead. Since you're ready, please go ahead, Jagat.
This is Vidphone. There is no Zoom talk over here. Sorry. Vijetha, I think Vijetha is
Yeah,
very used to Zoom, but this
I'm
is
very used to Zoom. Yeah.
our roof. Our roof.
Yeah, you can just start off so that the context is set, and then you can share it on the chat window also of Vidphone. Yeah.
This is the couple of very interesting challenges that we have always put forward, right? And we always look to grow this with our ecosystems. Number one is the future roadmap. What does remote work look like in 2021? What does it look like in 2022? Right? It's a very interesting challenge. Nobody has the answers figured out, and this is one of our main challenges or improvement areas. Right? We kind of collaborate and co-create with a lot of companies, be it startups or large enterprises. The second is, of course, we have a very, very passionate drive towards the community and ecosystem development here in India. I think unless we have that community thriving and an ecosystem of founders that is thriving, you cannot create wonderful, sustainable companies. Even if you do create short-term companies that make news, they will not impact the nation as they should. So these are our main challenges as an organization. One is the future roadmap. Second is in terms of the community and ecosystem. How can we do better? So that's the high level. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Hey, thanks, Jagat. And now, if Kamran or Ashish, whoever else would like to go.
Can you share my screen of challenges, Jagat?
Share it.
I
You
have
can share
sent.
it. This is no moderation. This is
I've,
not Zoom. You have the doc there. You can click on that screen share and you can just self-serve.
Because I think he's on. Are you on phone or on mobile or on
no, I'm
laptop?
on the laptop.
It's
Yeah,
even on
then
laptop.
see the bar below. There's a very clear screen share button. Just you click
Yeah,
there and you can share. Yeah,
yeah. That's it. That's it. Perfect.
Is it visible?
Very
perfect.
visible. Thank you.
Yeah. What does we do? That I have told you that what we are doing, we
Yeah.
are what and how we are working. But the problem which we are facing is very two important problem. One, as a startup, we are still facing the trust issues in the market. And why we are facing this trust issue? It is due to the recession and cash crunch in the market. When any of our field sales executive visit to the pharmacy store for connecting or onboarding with us, their similar issue is that हम क्यों join करें? Why should they join? And we don't have money to join. How you will do it? And this is the issue. And when we analyze this issue is due to the cash crunch in market. They don't want. They one of them gave the reason that Netmeds has taken 1.5 lakhs and they never returned their money. So this was the very interesting issue we are facing. And second is the funding issue due to COVID. We were told that we will get a funding, but due to COVID, we didn't get that issues. These are the two issues. And third is the time taking. The the startup which we are doing, this will take a lots of time. So when we visit to the doctor, they some are interested, some are not interested due to this time taking process. So these three issues we are currently facing.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. Thank you so much. And look, it's a common issue, isn't it? That takes time. People are not willing to trust a startup founder. So how do you build trust and goodwill? I think this is something that we all have to really, really focus on. And thank you so much, Kamran, for sharing this.
Yeah.
Ashish, would you be comfortable, or would you like any help with your screen shares?
It's probably on the mobile device, I think.
Yeah,
You'll
he's
not
on
be-
mobile. He's on mobile. He could not join. So, Jagat, we'll do one thing. While Ashish gets himself going, I would like to address. Let's talk about what Kamran is talking about, right? Maybe you'd like to get a quick recap from him, or you want to deep dive as to what are the issues that he's been talking about, and maybe you can throw some light. If you were in his shoes, if you had to think of some game plan or some strategy, what would you do?
Yeah. I'm happy to address that. I just got Jeevtronics. I think is that the PDF that I
No,
need.
that's Ashish. That's Ashish. Oh, you got it? Yeah, yeah. You can share that. That's for Ashish.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If I could do Ashish,
Yeah, yeah. Go for it, buddy. Please, Jagat, go for it.
we'll screen share on his behalf.
Yeah, yeah. Here we are a community. We support each other.
I forwarded my slide to Akhil. I think he can pull it up quick.
Yeah, we are doing it. We're doing it, Ashish. Jagat is taking care of that right now. Yeah.
You can just tap on that to full screen Ashish's Jeevtronics. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. We got
Over
it.
to you, Ashish. Take it over. Ashish, over to you. You can see the screen.
Okay, I think he's actually Jagat, not an issue if he's struggling, but we'll just quickly talk about it's a very impressive CV, by the way. I can see Ashish. Who's sharing it? Ashish or Jagat?
I'm
Okay.
sharing it. It's on the
Okay,
screen.
great. Yeah, yeah. So this is part of the game that we have to keep the flow going. So basically, for the audience, you all can definitely see. Please, Ashish, continue. I think we are not able to hear you, Ashish.
Okay.
I will just quickly.
So, thank you. All right. So at Jeevtronics, yes, I can now. Thank you. At Jeevtronics,
Guys, am I wrong in saying that I'm not able to hear
hear
properly?
me?
You're right, sir. Even I cannot.
Yeah. Ashish, rejoin. I would suggest to you just rejoin, and let's not waste time. Yeah, just rejoin. Refresh the link. Okay. Sometimes network issues come in play. So please.
So yeah, as you can see on the screen, we are present in a couple of countries in Africa. We have more than 113 deployments. We will about 150 deployments this month. The key challenges we are facing is network across India, Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia. And in terms of access to key opinion leaders, for access emergency physician cardiologists. And just like that, we also
Okay, great. Thanks, Ashish. Ashish, I would also recommend that you refresh your page and join us. Okay, so I'm just going to request that. Jagat, would you like now to take up along with Kamran and then with Ashish as well to keep the flow going?
Yeah.
You have noted down what are the challenges from each of this. So very crisply, if you can highlight some of your thought processes, please.
I think let me. I'll just get off the screen share. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Please do that.
Yeah. I think very interesting. And firstly, Kamran, I think congrats to you. You're doing a great job. I think it's very important that young people take this initiative, right? Especially when you see the big pharma, the problems that's happening with big pharma, and today, there is anything people will do for their health. And unfortunately, you see the news today. 29 people in Norway have died because of Pfizer vaccine. I've told people it's very, very dangerous now. You have to be even more careful. So I think your aspect of trust is a very big one, and healthcare is number one for trust. The way that I see this going forward, and we're just talking to a couple of healthcare companies on deploying their. In fact, 2 years ago, DocSap, I was in talks with their CTO where he wanted to have actual video consultations on his phone, which they didn't actually do because they thought they could do it in house. I still don't see they have their platform up. Video consultation is the number one way to gain trust today. Video is the best way in a remotely, in a socially distanced world. The best way to establish trust is not by a logo. Nobody believes any logo today. People believe people face to face. And I think one big differentiator in your whole business, and I understand NetMed's the kind of problems that overall this Geo group is causing for the ecosystem is not good. And NetMed, as you said, is direct threat. Right? They can just dump more capital on you. But I think startups like us should follow our course. We should not be shaken by such things. Make sure that you are delivering better value. I think that's the number one thing. You cannot crib about NetMeds or any other practice that's happening. You need to only
No, no,
focus.
that's the point. I wasn't telling. But when we visit, when our local sales executive visit, this issues is coming in the market. That netmates has taken their money, other is taken. So we
I,
have to tackle that problem also.
so,
That is not our issue, but we have to tackle that issue.
Kamran, please understand what I'm saying. I've been running business for 10 years, and I'm also saying that it's not you about a specific thing. It is that we have to handle things holistically. If somebody comes to my platform, I have to tell them how it's different from Zoom, how it's different from Microsoft. We have nothing to do with these businesses. The mindset of the consumers and the market we operate in is like that. So if somebody comes to you for a service, yes, they will compare with NetMeds or whatever. Or NetMeds people may have cheated them. We don't know what's happening, right? The best way to establish all that is video first. Be video first. Can the doctor connect with the patient in video? Can the doctor connect with his pharmaceutical in video? Can the patient connect with his pharmaceutical in video? Once you have that trust me, this is not in the playbook of any MBA, but this is just human nature. And today in 2020, 21, we are seeing this whole cycle come back to basic human nature, survival, taking care of our family, right? So trust is built on video, and that's the whole shift of 2020. So my advice to you is forget about the market forces. You can't control them. What you can control is only your focus and your innovation. So see how you can, you know, provide added value to your customers to remove that trust deficit, which I think is important. I think that's the most important point on the trust, because I think that's the most, once you get the trust aspect sorted, I think a lot of other things fall into place. But if we can't solve the trust aspect, everything else is only a detail. And I think coming to Ashish's point, just of course they can share on my business as well. We're just sharing our information or knowledge. Access, I think again, we have had some people who are using our business in Africa as well now, and even in Middle East. And video first is my message to all the businesses today. There's no other answer right now. The best that technology has come to is video first. So as much of your business you can videofy, you can bring video, live video in. I would recommend businesses take it up either through the direct SaaS platform, or you want to use our platform as a technology. We have a very robust SDK that you can build in. You can provide this kind of experiences in your own apps. So you can imagine whatever might be your tool or platform, if your participant users, your stakeholders are able to see each other and talk to each other, you change the nature of the game. You don't have any competition. You work in your own space. Right? That's my only message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a question that I have for all of you guys, and very crisply I want to get an input. See, it's all easy to say that we have to build trust, we have to use video, etc. Right? But how do you convince the customer to give a testimonial? Why should they do it? And how do they know that you will not use it for sales, or you will misrepresent or misuse it or whatever? Have you guys gone down that path? Have you tried all this? Getting testimonials, getting affiliate marketing done, customer referrals. How do you go about it? If you have done it.
Yeah. Let me take that. We are in the process of getting some, and I think some people have been so kind and they've already sent me some personal WhatsApps. They said, Jagat, this is what we feel. Use it the way you want is the kind of nature that I like. Why do we take a testimonial if not for marketing? Tell me.
Yeah.
So if anybody here is giving us a testimonial that you think will not be used for marketing, then why? I mean, it's not to console the founder. We take testimonials so we can gain more customers. It's very, very point blank, guys. We're all startup founders. Let's not beat around the bush. This is the problem with our Indian economy and our ecosystem. We are hypocritical. Let's not be hypocritical. We have to help each other. If I can help you get 25 customers, let me do that. If you can help me get 25 customers, you do that. Otherwise, do not come and crib that you're not getting funded, you're not getting customers. That's the problem we are seeing. And let me say, by God's grace, we have raised funding, we are raising more funding, and we will be raising more funding. But let me make it very clear from day one. It is the more you give, the more you. And I think that is the only thing. If there is somebody telling me that will you use our customer testimonial, don't use it for marketing. You don't understand what a customer testimonial is. And you should not be in this ecosystem. Right? Vijetha, do you agree with me there? It's quite straightforward. We spend all of our life, every waking minute, to build products. And what we ask from our customers is one thank you note. Is that so difficult? Or does it require a huge amount of ego swallowing to do that? I think it should not. We will not grow as an economy if we don't change this mindset of ours. We need to first offer what we can offer to people. My 2 cents, sir.
Yeah. And also, what I want to ask Ashish is that, Ashish, you have written here that you have worked with BIRAC, and, even Kamran talked about, Atal Innovation Missions and, the government and Niti Aayog. And how do you go about this, guys? This is my very, because I think alternate funding, right? Investor funding is one thing, but there are so many other sources of funding available for founders and startups, correct? Especially in healthcare. And since Ashish, you and Kamran are kind of working in the healthcare space, you are trying to solve a lot of problems that not only are the users and Indian population facing, but also small business owners like pharmacies and et cetera, et cetera. So I want a very crisp outline on that, Ashish and Kamran. Ashish, you may go ahead first. If you
Okay,
can throw
sure.
some light on that, please go ahead.
Sure. So we applied for the BIRAC BIG grant first. See, it always starts with the idea. Then you want to build a POC, right? Proof of concept. And then you want to take it to the next stage, build a product. So when our hand crank generator was only at idea stage, BIRAC trusted us and provided us a grant because they thought it would have good, meaningful social impact. That's how our journey began. And so, in many ways, BIRAC is like a parent, and we are extremely grateful to BIRAC for the support. Subsequently, we also got the IITM grant for medical electronics to take the POC to the next level. And from that, BIRAC has made changes. And after that, we got the US Science and Technology Fund grant. The later grant from PATH and Tata Social Alpha. And during COVID time, when we were like almost dead, okay, so we got some soft loan from Department of Science and Technology. So we are extremely, extremely grateful for all these loans. I mean, of course, from IKP Knowledge Park. So we are very grateful to all these institutions for those grants that they have provided, and that's were a huge enabler. Our bank,
Okay.
the Bank of Maharashtra, also provided a loan, which we are very grateful about. So all these things came in well, and that have helped us survive and thrive and grow. So in 2021, we are looking to grow several times over. In fact, compared to last year or the year before. And so yeah, the grant ecosystem, the whole ecosystem has improved drastically over the last few years. Especially, yeah, definitely has improved, and
Okay.
we appreciate it.
Ashish, can you just come closer to the phone because your voice is getting clipped? Yeah, just come closer to the phone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
Now, do you want me to repeat something?
no, we got it. Don't worry. But just for the sake of the audience is the primary concern here for us.
Oh,
Please go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. And now, Kamran, would you like to share about your thing? How did you get into this AIM
Yeah,
and the Niti
we
Aayog?
had started last year in the March and we got incubated in September
How did you
from
manage?
the
Okay, yeah. So,
yeah,
Kamran,
Atal Incubation Mission. The Atal
uh-huh.
Incubation Mission has from each university. There is many university attached from Atal Incubation Mission.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
I was incubated in JK Lakshmipat University in Jaipur,
okay.
and from there we got a networking, and I had pitched several investors. There is a networking. They had lots of network there, like from Delhi and other part. Like Thai also came there once. Thai
Mm-hmm.
Delhi,
Yeah, Delhi.
and so they supported us, but funding is an issue still yet. That
Of course, of course.
due to the coronavirus, that COVID-19 came and we were not in the market. The basic what we learned from that is when you enter the market you will get a funding. So we have entered the market in December the last year.
Mm.
So hope we will get a funding in 1 to 2 months. We are in uh, talk with the JK Lakshmipat University.
Of course, of
So
course. So the other thing that I definitely want to, understand from you, Kamran, is that, like in this time, did you face any specific challenges in terms of like okay, you have a team of 8 to 10, correct? Did you have to if, like fund flow slowed down or customers did not pay? Were there any of these things that any of you guys faced, and how did you manage and tackle that?
Yeah, isn't willing to pay. They are always trying to take it for free.
Hmm.
What we got experience from last 2 months, that they isn't willing to pay. They will. There is several excuses for getting free.
Hmm.
सर आप फ्री में दे दो, आपको हम पैसे बाद में दे देंगे. Like this type of issues as coming from each one.
Hmm.
We have visited approx 2 to 300 pharmacy store, and 50% of them are telling this, that कि
Okay.
आप बाद में दे देंगे जब पैसे आ जाएंगे market में. So
Hmm.
this is the major issues and major concern for us, that if they will not pay us, then how will recycle that money, and how will move further with the innovation, and how will pay that the people working for us, the core member. We don't pay the core member who are funded, but the
Hmm.
field sales executive, we have to pay them. We can't let them not pay. This is the
Understood.
issue.
See, this is an issue with not just founders, right? See, I'm just a statistic, guys. I was just going through, some of the statistics that's come out recently, and this is the government said startup, right? They're saying there are 41,000 startups registered and active in India. 41,000. The number has just been exponentially growing. Okay, and this is when you define a startup means something that has just started what 5 to 7 years back and has got some kind of technology, some kind of disruption or innovation. Okay, so the competition within startups is now going to become very, very, very tough. If I read the situation that is going on, because that's how it is. Okay, so one of the questions that I want to ask, and this is again an open question. Okay, you all have talked about your challenges. Now, what are the things that you're going to be doing differently over, say, the next 3 to 6 months, Kamran, Ashish, and Jagat? Because it's important, isn't it? Because there is competition, there is government policies in place, there is whatever that is happening, lack of funding, lack of talent. Jagat, you are also trying to raise funding, your next rounds of funding that you're talking to a lot of people. So, what are the active steps that you guys would be taking? If you can just share a few pointers crisply. Whoever wants to go first?
Jagat, you go first.
Okay, thank you. Uh, we've bootstrapped the company for 9 years before we raised funding. I want to keep that on record, make it very clear. We bootstrapped since 2010, and the way that we treat the business and the company is nothing changes. Even if we raise funding, nothing changes. We focus intensely. Akhil and myself, I think this is what we do day in and day out. And people who know us for a few months, few years will know. Nothing changes. We are in the morning, we are working. We are in the night, we are working. So one is we don't change our business to suit any investors. We only try and solve big problems that are in front of us today. We had a big problem in front of us with respect to video conferencing. We felt there was a big gap in India. And even before that, in 2017, we've been working on this. But I'm happy that the whole country today is comfortable with video conferencing. And that's a great thing to happen. But still, we find that productivity is not as good as it should be. We still see a lot of revenue that's not coming in, right? So there are bigger problems to solve. So for us, if you look at our upcoming releases with the floor plans, etc., these are only how can we make people more productive? We don't care about competition. In our world today, competition does not matter because it's oversaid statement. Today, we compete against $3-5 trillion worth of competition, more than any startup in India I know of. We literally head-on compete against Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, you name it. GeoMeet also, I think there was something that we tried. But we don't look at competition at all today. We focus intensely on our customers. And that's all that matters to us. And we have seen that with some experiences that we are providing, the customer also is very, very rewarding to us, right? They tell you that if you're better, they will come here. They don't care about whether it's Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about my own competitive environment. You all have your own competitive environments that you operate in. My only thing is this: never change the business to suit some investor. You are in business because you have a customer, and you are there because you have some shareholders and your team. That's paramount. That's the only focus for us. Investors, if we respect them so much, we value what they do, but we don't change our business model to suit investors. Never do that. I think then you're lying to yourself, you're lying to your team, you're lying to the whole ecosystem. And I think too much of that has been done. I think there have been too many startups being built to suit investors. Let us suit customers. Let's build companies that even if there is massive foreign competition, that our customers will choose to come here. That's what keeps us going every day. So that's my only 2 cents. Never worry about that. You worry about your customers and your business. And how can you be innovative? I don't know. This is my thoughts. Yeah. So we don't do anything special, Vijetha, to answer your question. As you know, you've been with us now. We've been doing these events for so long. I only think about how can we add better value? What's a better experience? So when somebody came into our breakout rooms yesterday with the brand new boardroom feel and the brand new coffee shop feel, the first thing I heard from people is, you won't believe, from seasoned investors who came into that call. I showed you the breakout rooms, Vijetha. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you
Correct, yeah.
I have seasoned investors who come in and say, and imagine you get it from a seasoned, VC fund manager who's coming and saying, wow, this is different. I like how this feels. It takes a split second to influence his whole conversation for the next 40 minutes. We have taken him to a place where he cannot think of Zoom, he cannot think of Microsoft Teams, nothing matters. You're in our zone. This is Vidphone. And let's talk here. Right. That's how we do it.
Fantastic. Okay, so now some of the things that are also happening in the ecosystem. Okay, one is I'm just going back to your focus challenges, right? Ashish, Kamran, all you guys are saying that customer acquisition, building customer trust, definitely making sure that payments come in on time, and whatever these are the myriad situations that you have. And though you guys have got very good, I'm very happy to see that you guys are working with the government and everything. But again, coming back to the core, what are you going to do differently to ensure that you go to the next level? Okay, how are you going to expand your teams? How are you going to make sure that as founders, you also have a family to look after, right? You're responsible for your team, and that's a big thing. It's not a small thing to be trifled with. Okay, so what are you going to guys do? And is there some thought processes that you can help each other out with? Can you collaborate? So this is the other question that I would always have to all you founders, right? Building the community and collaboration. Like, can Ashish work with Kamran? Can Kamran work with Jagat? Can Jagat work with you folks? And not for selfish reasons, right? It should be about growing together, supporting each other. Thoughts on that, guys?
Sure. So you mentioned about how we collaborate with each other. So, for example, in fact, during my previous comment, I forgot to mention the incubator where we started, even before Bairak BIG, which is Venture Center Pune. And they got it. Until then, we had a reputation of bombing every finance proposal. Okay, wherever we applied, we bombed it. Okay, so us right through the grant proposals, so on and so forth, and we are very grateful. So at Venture Center, we have a good community of entrepreneurs, just like you have created one wonderful community, Vijetha, and thanks for inviting us there in Bangalore. So there are a lot of co-founders and founders share information with each other. Okay, yesterday somebody asked, where do you find this kind of packaging vendor? And somebody responded to that. And then somebody said, okay, where do I file my IP? I'm into this. So somebody exchanged notes. So this sharing and going back to the ancient Indian principle of good karma, right? So good karma, I mean, even in the West, you find people talk in terms of good karma, and it works. So help 10 people, 5 may not get an opportunity to help you. 2 may be really bad, but the remaining 3 will help you to the extent equal to 30 people that you could have done good to. Right? So karma works, absolutely works, and keep helping people. To answer your other question of what we are doing differently now, right? Yeah, in the present circumstances, we have several. We are into medical devices, and we have several constraints in terms of having people travel, give demos, and so on and so forth. So instead of spending budget on people, we are trying to go digital. We do a lot of our demos online. Okay, we do the product demos online. And once the customer is convinced and okay with everything, we ship the device from here. We have done a lot of those sales these days. In addition to that, so yeah, Jagat, video does work. Okay, wonderfully well, in fact. So that is one. We are trying to get into a little bit of Google ads, Facebook ads, and so on social media, so on and so forth, uh, to make sure the rupee goes further. On the other fronts, we are trying to implement a more formal performance management system within the company, because it's all about people, right? So quality must deliver perfect on quality, productivity must be high, manufacturing must deliver on that, and R&D should continuously crank out new products and new features and new variants and so on and so forth. So we are going full throttle on that. So performance management system is very, very important. I wouldn't say we ignored it completely, but now we are trying to put more focus on it. Okay, that's second. And like Jagat said, money will come. We are proactively trying to raise money right now from venture capital funds and so on and so forth. But when you put all these basic things in place, right? High quality product, good support, uh, and just reaching out everywhere, money will come in. One thing that we need to do in a lean, we as a medical device company, we need to do in a lean manner is, instead of having 14 service engineers to cover India, we would rather work with service companies that provide medical device service support, so on and so forth, or recruit dealers who have in-house service engineers. So we're trying to go lean that on that front in the absence of funding, and still make sure we reach everywhere across India. So that's where we are at in terms of doing things differently during COVID times, especially.
Just want a small note, Ashish, and really wonderful. I think any kind of collaboration, you want to use Vidphone, any of your video demos, video sales. I don't like to, use Startup Sunday as a pitch session for me, but really this is about the ecosystem. But coincidentally, that we can solve some of the problems. Happy to, in whatever way, support you.
Yeah, would love to exchange notes with you. Sure, after this. Yeah.
So I think for all of you guys, so how do you build partners, affiliates? You build a SaaS model. So you have to, I mean, I'm not look. I believe that you should create employment. You should stay profitable. You should be doing very well for yourselves, your family, and your team, and for your investors or whatever else, whoever is part of that stakeholder game. But how do you build a win-win affiliate or referral marketing or something? How do you guys do that? Because otherwise, it's very difficult to scale up from where you are to the next say 100x. How do you do that? I mean, have you guys given thought to that? Is there some best practices, or have you tried and failed? Any thoughts on that, guys?
Kamran, you want to take that? You've been rather silent.
Yes, sure. What we are trying to do that when we reach to the market, to the our partner, first we try to differentiate with two. One which don't want to be a partner. That also we are trying to add them. And once they see what responsibility we are trying to give them, if they are comfortable with that, then we are trying to build them as a partner. Yes, you can work with us as a partner. You have to handle this particular area. So similar with other area that we have more than 70 constituency in Delhi and more than 1700 localities. So we are specifically dividing the localities, posh area, middle class area, and the lower middle class. And we are building in that aspect that which can work with us as a partner, which won't work as a partner. That we are trying to build, and this will make a strong relationship. We are focusing on the relationship with that pharmacy store or the doctor rather than the revenue generation at the initial stage. So this we are trying. And how we will be a different, this question you had asked some time before, that we are working on building an innovation that the technology should be very light, that in one go they can book the patient, or in the one go they can get a medicine delivered in 15 minutes. Imagine this will get a success, and imagine you will get a medicine delivered in 15 to 30 minutes. Then obviously this will change. Now you get a medicine delivered in 2 days, 3 days, and if it gets medicine delivered in 30 minutes, there can be a revolution that yes, this seems to be work. Like Zomato has done, you can get a food delivery in 30 minutes. So this can also work, but it can take time, it will take resources, it can take everything, every bit of our work. From we are working on Sunday also. Today we are with you, but we are trying to build every day some new innovation, what we can do, how our backend work, and how to create trust in the market, so that they can add fastly. After we will complete the district that Delhi, and we will get that this can work in the rest of India, will surely visit to the next part of the India. So this is how we are trying to work.
It's a great point noted. I just was hearing Kamran, very interesting points, because I believe that actually governments should be helping entrepreneurs now. It's time for governments to do more than lip service. The thing you are talking about, segmentation of households and all this, is all the job of the government. Government need to have all this data published for entrepreneurs like us to be able to just take the data and start working with them, than us putting feet on the street and doing political work. I think it's a very good point you mentioned, Kamran. I hope the people, even in the governments all over, be it Karnataka and other places, make data available that entrepreneurs can use. That's going to be a great help than a lot of press and lip service, right? That's I think a very valid point you mentioned.
Government work is to do the politics. They will do that's
Okay,
their
okay.
part. We
So
have to
coming
do our
back,
part.
we have to do our part. So coming back on track, guys. So, let's stay politically correct here. That what do we do with the? Okay, it's not that there are no resources. No, Invest India, Startup India, Government of Karnataka, Elevate Program, NASCOM, and all that. How do you guys go about researching, finding opportunities? So there's customers, there is grants, there is funding, there is team, there is getting some resources at a cheaper price. Because see, for example, Jagat, right? Cloud credits are so expensive. Okay, people are expensive. Outsourced services, whether it's for financial. I know a lot of you guys say that GST compliance is so tough, but there's no choice. You can crib, you can cry. That's not what we're talking about here. How are you going to solve your problems, your bandwidth issues? Do you have some productivity tools? What about coaches, mentors, growth hacks? Okay, I want to. It's 12:22, but I want to have some 2-3 inputs from each one of you. Okay, growth hacks, pivots, managing the team, productivity tools, building coaches and mentors who can help you, guide you in the correct manner. How do you go about that?
Shish, you want to take that, if you don't mind? We just thought you could pass the baton on.
No, I'm okay with anything. I'm okay with it. Remember, I'm the moderator. But we have to react fast. Whoever clicks and takes it off
Ashish,
immediately. Ashish, Kamran, Jagat, whoever. There's no. It's a democracy out here.
no worries. I will take growth hacks. I think the
Yeah.
best growth hack is your customer. I think really try and deliver amazing value, guys. The one thing, even to answer the previous win-win, right, Vijeta, we have been trying to work out win-wins and partnerships. What I've realized is that the best thing that works for anyone is money. Yeah. End of the day, people do what they do for money, and let us have all our focus towards not only making money in the wrong way. I mean, money that when it's intertwined with mission, right? It goes without saying. We're not here to teach somebody or to make a quick buck. How can we add value? But always let's keep the monetization models. If I'm keeping the customer, why does the customer go somewhere? I mean, why does he go to a competition? Because it's free, or he's getting some credits, like you get some cred points, whatever, right? Something for him to benefit. Similarly, with the partner, can the partner make money? Can the distributor make money? And I think that, as entrepreneurs, should be our number one, focus now. It's no more about just talking stuff. We have to understand and build business models where these stakeholders really benefit, right? New innovative business models. I think that's the only way, Vijeta, that we are actually trying to do things, right? Can we really keep it very simple and focused? Is everyone benefiting monetarily? I mean, that monetary is just a reward of them benefiting some other way, right? If I can connect with somebody and then I reward you with my money. And that's how businesses work. We offer some value or service to the customer and they pay us with money. So everything as focused that way. Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
I'll just add something is stay cash flow positive. Okay, so stay cash flow positive, improve your bankability, investability, and make sure you deliver perfect quality so that every product you send in the field attracts more customers versus somebody told me either products come back because they're rejected or customers come back. So
Awesome.
make sure customers come back, okay, versus products coming back and breaking down. Okay.
Interesting, very interesting. But I would always ask this question, right? That how are you building your armies? How are you building your sales teams? Because sales is very critical. It's expensive as well. Okay. So these are some of the, I'm sure, existential challenges that you guys are facing. All right. And sitting, for example, Kamran is sitting in Delhi. Ashish, where are you operating out of?
Pune.
Pune, correct? Beautiful town, by the way. Yeah. Very,
Thank
very,
you.
very, very nice town. Okay.
Yeah,
I must
We are,
say,
we are
my first and my second CTOs, both from.
from Pune. Yeah, it's a beautiful town. It's very historical and it has a very good startup culture. I've got some very dear friends over there. And of course, its proximity to a big hub like Bombay. And I think Pune also is a manufacturing hub, isn't it, Ashish? There are a lot of, because of the car,
Absolutely.
auto components and everything.
yes.
Hey, guys, you all should.
With
Yeah,
Mumbai, I mean the busyness of Mumbai little low. Like it's got the Bangalore feel vibe.
correct.
The
No, I
hustle.
would love to get connected to more IoT and hardware startups as well because there are two elements to this. I think Jagat, you would also understand this. When you have a SaaS model, especially in today's situation, but we don't know how things could change, but growth can be much faster. You use remote sales, you use video, you use virtual offices, affiliate marketing, etc. You can grow with. Of course, you have to have a great product. That doesn't take away from that part. But when it's IoT or hardware, then how can the same principles be applied? And I think Pune has got a lot of fintech also, and I think Amazon has got a huge fulfillment center. So there's a lot of work going on. Jagat, we have been talking about marketplaces, and we have been talking about e-commerce. That's everyone wants to get into this bandwagon, right? And then for medical and healthcare, Ashish and Kamran, what do you see as a trends that's happening in the healthcare field? What are the things that you guys are going to try to take advantage of? Okay, if you're open to share some of these hacks or thought processes also.
Good.
The problem the healthcare is facing, should I start or anybody else?
Go, Kamran, you're started.
Yeah.
Start. Go for it.
The problem which I saw in the healthcare personally is that there is a pricing issue, very much pricing issue. There is I will tell you a medicine named Herculon. It is used in stage 4 breast cancer.
Okay.
1 ml injection costs 75,000 and its manufacturing price is 30 to 35,000. The You can imagine the differentiation of the 40 to 45,000. There is a benefit between the pharmaceutical company and to the when it comes to the customer. So these issues can be handled, but nobody is handling. Netmeds can handle this issue easily, but they can't handle. Pharmacy can handle because they are a pharmacy company. They are still not handling because of the profit margin. So that's why we had entered the NCD component, that if we directly procure from the pharmaceutical company and we can distribute it to the part of India, then we can gap the that resources and we will give it to 35 to 40,000 somewhat, and their money can be saved. Huge amount of money can be saved, because I personally saw the stage 4 cancer patient. They are like they don't have money. If you are a middle class family also, if you're upper middle class family also, and if you're suffering from any cancer stage 4, you there is a 90% chance that you won't survive, and then money comes interest in that. So this is the healthcare market is not a black, not a white, but a gray part. So it is not something that if I commit to anyone, or there is a ample opportunity, but the government also plays a huge role, that if you do some clean work, then this is my experience, then there can be a something, there a political outfit will come to you that don't do this, don't do that. This we have also faced these issues. So this I could not have said, but thought of sharing it here.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
This
See, challenges will always be there, Kamran. And since it's a path that you've chosen to be a startup founder, you have to keep the hustle going. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just saying, Vijetha, like, do not, guys, don't feel scared. This is not China or something. This is Vidphone, it's our platform. We own my data. You can speak whatever you want. What is truth, guys. Let's not keep talking all this stuff. This is an informal boardroom to address these problems. I'm not, nobody in here needs to be afraid of anything. This is on a private platform. We have our discussions we're having in constructive way. So there is no, even if there is some political party or somebody, let them hear what we are talking. Then come to judgments. Right? Kamran, feel
Yeah,
free
yeah,
to
sure.
share your views,
Yeah,
my friend. You're in the
yeah,
battleground.
yeah.
I support you.
So, coming to the growth apps and IoT, I'm glad you jogged my memory on that. For a medical device company, a lot of expense can be monitoring of the existing device population, and therefore IoT comes in really handy. So we are actively thinking of putting IoT into devices so that we can be monitored from a distance, and It also will lead to savings in terms of what you want to send an engineer from Pune to 500 to a town 500 kilometers away or whatever kilometers away. If you can accomplish the same thing using IoT, so IoT will play a increasingly important role for all kinds of device companies, medical device companies, healthcare, so that the customer gets better service and the company gets lower cost, thereby leading to improved margin as well. So we are very keen on IoT and look forward to implementing of it
Yeah,
this year.
because see, because I mean, like, okay, tight and Jagat sits at NASSCOM 10K, but NASSCOM Center of Excellence, which was where I was working before, and now at TIE Bangalore also we have an IoT forum. And Jagat, you have been part of all these IoT matrix and all these showcases that we do. We are trying to see what we can do. See, it's about the community, right, guys? Again, I want to stress it's about the community. But again, the focus here again is, I was asking again, like, it's 12:31, so I don't want to go beyond this. But if there is some collaboration aspects at between the three of you, if there are some learnings that you and the ask is very simple, right? You guys are looking to hire, you're looking to raise funding, you're looking to raise whatever more grants, etc., etc. You want to work, Ashish and Kamran, you also try to see whether you all can work with different consulates or embassies or investment authorities, whatever. Pick Jagat's brain. He also is, he's a very different thinker because he's been there, done that for many years. He has a lot of thought processes. So how do you guys want and I want to understand, right? Kamran, you are in Delhi. Ashish, you are in Pune. We are sitting in Bangalore. How do innovation clusters and ecosystems come together? This is something that I would like to facilitate. Jagat is giving a lot of support despite the fact that he has his own hustles and challenges in life. So can we quickly think about that as well?
I guess if someone has access to a lot of outlets that supply to hospitals, we'll be happy to distribute our product through him and use Jagat's platform so to do better video demos and so on and so forth. That is one area I can clearly see us collaborating with both Jagat and
That's the best business deal possible. Vijeta, you just mediated everything. Fantastic. Thank you. So he
That's
distribute
only.
us from Kappa, and he's got our video demo. So you're done. Business.
absolutely.
Yeah. See, it's guys. Let me tell you this. It's a community, okay? I mean, I know Jagat, of course, for last 2 years. So we used to always have chai together, and as to sit with him for lunch. There's Jobia, he, his wife, and of course Akhil also. And we stayed friends. And then I moved out, but he used to always say like, "Yeah, we should do something together." And then this thing happened. So we said, "Okay, let's come together." Then the person who introduced you two guys to us, Rohit
Right.
from Incubate IND, right? Again, wonderful folk, wonderful people. I mean, I've been so honored to be part of their various activities, hackathons, etc., etc., right? So I would also like to make sure that we also get something out of this, right, Jagat? And then you guys are into healthcare. What can we do together? So these are the thoughts, and let's see what we can do, guys. So
I'm
what
not
are the closing remarks? Yeah.
unable to hear.
Our phone is ringing.
Whoever it is, please mute it. Whoever, how is it coming? The
Yeah,
ring.
yeah. Okay.
Mute,
So guys, yeah,
mute the
it's done.
app.
It's muted. It's muted.
Or,
So guys,
I didn't
12:35.
hear you. You
Yeah,
were saying
sorry.
something.
So,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
lost.
So what I was saying is 12:35 p.m. now. So we have been at this for 1 hour. Time flies when you're having a good conversation. And what would be your closing asks? Okay, very specifically, right? You have challenges, but you're also looking to hire. You're looking to ramp up. You're looking to scale up. Some messaging that you want to give to your founders. You want to give something to potential partners, customers. Go for it, guys. All yours.
Kamran, I mean, anyone.
Yeah. What for from my aspect of the view, the relation is important rather than generating money from anyone. So we are building a relationship. When relationship will build, there won't be a trust issue, and we can flourish in the market. This is the last aspect we are adding to it.
Okay, great. And are you looking, I mean, you're bootstrapped, I know, but are you looking for funding? What's going on with
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I'm looking for a funding because without funding, it we can't survive more than the 6 to 7 month. That's it.
Okay, okay, interesting. All right, thanks, Kamran. And Ashish?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned already. I'll just quickly repeat. Access to distribution service and capital. So three things. and KOLs, key opinion leaders, anesthetists, cardiologists, and emergency physicians.
And this could be anywhere, right? It is not. It's about not about Pune or this or that or whatever, right? I mean, if you want to be more specific.
Yeah, India, Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia, South America.
Okay. All right. ठीक है.
all around.
Great.
Fantastic.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So my
it's
last,
good.
I want to thank Ashish and Kamran for taking out their time today. And I hope there is a potential business partnership between both of you. And feel free to use Vidphone services. You guys, anytime you just vidphone.me, log in and drop us a mail.
Yeah,
If you have any.
We'll look forward for the telemedicine service.
Most important, sir. Happy to support you completely. I think there is room for one India, big, huge telemedicine company in India. It's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm talking of $100 billion market cap happening overnight. India has not tapped into the opportunity because we are struggling with video conferencing. I'll be honest with you. Why isn't a or a Docs app cracking this market? Because they can't crack video conferencing. You need Zoom. You can do it. I'm here to back you.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
I mean, and see, Jagat, it's good that Vidphone is there to provide a lot of these, video CRM, virtual offices, and the Vmail also that you have. So please keep upgrading, keep
Looking at the India focus for us is very important. We know that all of these services outside India. I care right now about the Indian economy, startups in India who are having a really tough time raising money. So Vidphone is free for everybody right now. You can go ahead and do what you like. I mean, just use it the way you want, right? Added features, we're happy to talk, but we are founder first. India founder first is our motto right now.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, thanks, guys. And I think it's been a very enlightening conversation for me also. I also see that there's a lot of opportunity to do much more for the community, and this is something that I'm definitely looking to keep the conversation going with all of you folks. And please, the guys, let's get to talk to more founders. And Kamran and Ashish, please be active on these group that we have, the founders feed. You all can share your LinkedIn profiles. You can share your company profile. You can say what you're looking for. I mean, Jagat, you also, right? You have done so much, and I know you're looking for funding. So maybe you can even put over there that you're looking to get connected to whatever. You put your ask out there, guys. That's what matters. Okay. And happy to any support is there that is from my side that I can provide. Whatever little bit I can do, it's always there. That goes without saying.
That's
Okay. So thanks, guys.
Look forward to it. Yeah, thanks for having us, Vijetha. I appreciate it.
The pleasure is all mine. Enjoy Pune. It's wonderful weather. I'm sure Delhi is a bit cold now, Kamran, but
Yeah, it is too cold.
it's too
Chilling
cold.
Delhi
out.
is
But it's a very vibe. Thanks to Delhi, the government is trying to do a lot of things. There will not be satisfactory to everyone. But NCR, right? I mean, the Gurgaon, the Ghaziabad, Noida, all these places, there are so many founders that we can, without cross boundaries, Jagat, SMB owners, business owners need help with the technology, video sales, remote sales. So you can do so much more.
Rohit, and I think special mention to Incubate in Team.
Yes.
They're also at NCR. They're, I think, doing a fantastic job and looking forward to co-creating more. Right? That's all we can do.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ashish. Thanks, Kamran. And of course, a big thank you to you.
Thank you for having. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks.
Thank you to Vijetha. I think most important is the host of the show. We forget the host, but thanks to you, Vijetha.
So, guys, it's my hologram and 3D image that is actually.
Surprise.
Yeah, I found some hacks. Okay, but take care. Thank you. All the very best to everyone. Okay, let's stay in touch. Bye.
Great week. Bye.
Yeah, take care. Bye.